This is WYMT Mountain Sports, your home for the Kentucky Wildcats and local high school sports.
A strong defensive effort Tuesday night for the Kentucky Wildcats in their big win over Georgia. The Bulldogs shot just 22% for the game and committed 15 turnovers. UK head coach John Calipari says the staff has been pushing defense hard in practice recently, and that when the team doesn't perform well, it all falls back on him and his assistants.
So we got back to the basics of let us do our job and teach what we're supposed to teach, team defense, and these guys respond. So a lot of times with us, and I say it all the time, it comes back to me. It comes back to me. It's, you know, if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to. When you have young teams, it's easy when you have veteran teams. I can blame them. You've been here 3 years. You should know. When you have all these young guys, it's hard to blame them now.
Number 22 Kentucky at South Carolina this weekend. Saturday the 13th, the Wildcats 18-6 on the year. The Gamecocks 20-3. The two programs have met 60 times before, with Kentucky having a 49-11 margin. The game Saturday set for a noon start on ESPN. UK's next opponent, South Carolina, 20-3, entering tonight's game, hosting the LSU Tigers down in Columbia. Mid-first, Player of the Year candidate Ben Simmons gets bumped in the lane but still hits. Tigers down 1. Jalen Patterson helping out, back-to-back threes for him, both from the same corner. LSU goes up 2, but then Sindarius Thornwell goes on a bit of a scoring run. First the layup and then the free throw line jumper. 7 straight points for Thornwell. He goes for a game high at 24. South Carolina wins at 94-83. Now a three-way tie atop the conference standings with South Carolina, LSU, and Kentucky all 8-3. The Naismith Trophy Women's Player of the Year watch list continues to shrink now to its midseason 30, but one Kentucky Wildcat remains on the list. Junior guard Makayla Epps, one of 5 players from the Southeastern Conference to be included on the midseason list, and is the first from Kentucky since Adia Mathis in 2013. Epps recently became the 31st member of UK's 1,000-point club. Gary Henderson and his Kentucky baseball team open the season in Spartanburg, South Carolina, February 19th. The Cats are ranked as high as number 25, but must replace last year's top 2 hitters in Kyle Barrett and Kai Tom. Javon Shelby, Evan White, and Dorian Hairston return to a lineup that Henderson believes could increase its extra base hits.
I think anytime you lose the number of singles that Kyle Barrett hit, or the number of times that Kai squared up the baseball, you're always wondering who's going to fill in those spots, no question. But we're going to be good offensively. I'm not going to sit up here and predict a lot of home runs. We'll hit some, but I think we're going to be very competitive in the box. I think we're going to have the ability to hit line drives. I think we're going to have the ability to hit doubles.
One longtime college coach and athletic director has announced he will be retiring at year's end. University of the Cumberland's athletic director Randy Vernon has announced he will retire effective June 30th. Vernon has served as AD at Cumberland since 2000, during which the school has added programs such as men's and women's archery, lacrosse, and bowling. Prior to serving as AD, Vernon spent 21 years as men's basketball coach, where he won 526 games and led the Patriots to the national tournament 11 times. The North Laurel Lady Jaguars trying to secure a regular season conference championship tonight, welcoming in the Oneida Baptist Lady Mountaineers. The Lady Jags trying to close out the district regular season and snag the #1 seed in the upcoming 49th district tournament. Pick it up first quarter. Hannah Lawson gets the friendly bounce off the front of the rim, off the backboard. Still counts either way, tied up early. Lawson had 11 points. Check out Madison Keller creating space for a shot between the legs. Step back, long distance 3. We're still tied. She had 13. Off the Lady Mountaineer miss, Kayla Bruner, the long ball to Gracie Jervis. Bucket and the foul, North by 3. OBI hanging around in this one, down just 6 to start the 4th, but North Laurel stepped it up on offense. Madison Shepard knocked down back-to-back 3-pointers, and the Lady Jags grabbed the 1 seed in the 49th district and extend their winning streak to 15. They win at 66-44. Time now to announce our boys and girls players of the week. No brainer on the girls side. Jenkins senior Whitney Creech played 2 games last week, and in each game reached a record milestone against Paintsville on Tuesday. Creech became the all-time scoring leader in Kentucky with a 71-point performance, and 2 days later versus Perry Central, she scored her 5,000th career point. On the boys' side, Buckhorn senior Connor Hoskins in 3 games last week with the Wildcats. Hoskins averaged 22 points and 7 boards, helping lead the Horn to a 3-0 record, including 2 wins in the Scott Blank Classic. Against Breathitt County on Saturday, Hoskins scored his 2,000th career point. A couple of former Kentucky Wildcats taking the court tonight in the NBA. The Minnesota Timberwolves welcoming in Toronto to the Target Center. Raptors leading early, but the T-Wolves closing. Karl Anthony Towns, the and-one layup off the miss. Free throw makes it an 8-point game. From a former Cat to a former Cardinal, Gorgie Jang cleans up the Towns miss. Check this out. The putback one-handed slam. Minnesota, though, down 10. Raptors playing commandingly early. DeMar DeRozan to pull up jumper. There you see the putback again, but the Timberwolves defend their home court. Towns goes for 35 points, 11 rebounds. Minnesota beats the Raptors 117-112. George Karl still leading the Kings as they visit Philadelphia. Late first half, former Dookie Jaleel Okafor breaks toward the basket, gets the and-one bucket. He had 18 in the first half, Sixers by 11. Just before the half, Nick Stauskas from way downtown to beat the buzzer. Philly by 15 at the break. But the Kings make a huge run in the second half. DeMarcus Cousins, the long jumper off the assist from Rajon Rondo. Sacramento wins it on the road 114-110. Cousins 28 and 12. Rondo 14 points, 15 assists.